Yeah, we rise from the void. Builders of the fall, make some noise. This is power, this is truth, this is fire. We're the spark that'll light your empire. We're the grinders, the makers, the dream machine. Chasing visions through the Web3 stream. Break the mold, let the fire ignite. We're building in public, no fear, no fright. Amid the rugs and the fakes we shine. Grinding through space, coding in time. The fold is ours, yeah, we're claiming the game. Astrocast is rising, remember the name. It's the future we write, it's a world we design. The fold is calling and the stars will align. The fold is ours, we're breaking the chains. Riding the storms, we're embracing the game. From the depths of Aquatica to galaxies wide, the Astro Kids conquer, the fold's on the rise. Yo, solo explorers building the base. From an island of dreams to the vastest space. Transforming the grind into indie gold. Bear the torch, we're breaking the old. This ain't just a game, it's a movement away. From the sea to the stars, it's the future we pave. A limited run, but the fire's alive. Exclusive mid-watch, the legends arrive. Builders of the bear, we're taking it there. From nothing to something, to the cosmos we tear. Through the void, through the dark, we declare. Yo, step up, step in, feel the beat drop. Indie revolution, and we won't stop. From collectors to coders, we're setting the bar. Rising like rockets, we're aiming for stars. The fold is ours. We're breaking the chains. Riding the storms, we're embracing the game. From the depths of Aquatica to galaxies wide, the Astro Kids conquer, the fold's on the rise. Yeah, we're carving the path, and it's burning bright. Indies, take note, this is your fight. The fold is calling, and we're answering loud. Heads high, fists raised, we're making you proud. Yeah, we're carving the path, and it's burning bright. Indies, take note, this is your fight. The fold is calling, and we're answering loud. Heads high, fist raised, we're making you proud.
Hello, everyone. Hi, hey, how's it going? Welcome once more to another Astrocast. So great to be back with all of you. Amazing. Um, Such a great feeling to be with you guys again. Thanks so much for joining. And today we have an amazing one. I'm sure you will like it. We'll get to that in just a moment. Let's do a brief recap. So, as you know, our last one was an Astrocast with Roach Rights, co-founder of D-Reader app, as well as Nellis from SPL Cards. That was an amazing one. Wasn't there? I watched it after. You guys can go and see. You will not regret it for sure. As always, we're going to have a giveaway and a lot of alpha. So stay tuned. You guys don't want to miss out. If you guys are new here, and there's a lot of new faces around, and we welcome all of you. So, what is the World? World is an indie game studio. We're building a universe where games, comics, and digital collectibles come together to create unforgettable experiences. Our flagship real-time strategy game, Islands of Aquatica, blends rich storytelling with competitive gameplay, while our Astro Kids IP extends across comics and in-game lore, inviting players to become part of a living narrative. We focus on community-driven value by using Web3 tools, not just for speculation, but to create genuine engagement and reward alignment. Of course, our Astro Kits are the NFT collection, which will be PFPs as well as in-game avatars. You guys don't want to miss that for sure. As always, introducing our CEO and founder, BK. He hates this part, but there's a lot of new faces, so it's important to know. BK, here he is, the man, the legend. Oh, rugging a bit, but we get there for sure. So BK is the founder of World. He's generalist in game design and development. He's the CEO. He's a member of Super Team India. He's one of the top 3% developers on freelance. He participated in Solana Hacker Houses, in the Founder Village. He judged NASA robot designing contests. He participated in the Solana Temple, among so many things. Um, he's getting rugged there by the camera, but we'll get there. So we'll introduce right away our special guest. We are talking with our friend Sharko. He is the business developer at Metaplex. He is working with cool people on cool things at Blast Control. And he's been in crypto since 2017. But I'll let you, as always, introduce yourself, introduce your project, let us know what drives you to be in this field, in this business. And thanks so much for joining. Appreciate you.
Thank you for the cool intro. So, my name is Sharko. A veteran already, I would say, in the crypto space. Joined 2017 full time and been working on a lot of stuff. As you just said, I am a business developer and partnerships manager in Metaplex, and Metaplex is the, I would say, infrastructure of Solana NFTs and also fungible tokens. So usually most of you who are trying to build on Solana use Metaplex technology. Some of you may even not know it, but we are the company that first invented the first NFT standard on Solana. And then after a while, we built several tools, several key infrastructure points in Solana so that everyone has an easier time building and deploying their stuff. So that's the short of it. Yeah, I'm excited. Usually, most of you who are
Amazing. I love to hear it. And right on time, BK is back. This is usually the time where we go to BK's expert questions because he is the guru around here. He knows everything about Web3, especially Solana. So
Hey guys,
I'll
sorry
let
for
you
the
have the
run.
stage.
I had to like switch the devices. I don't know, for some reason I can't hear you. But thank you so much for joining, Shako. Actually, this is the space which I wanted to have for a long time, because what we are building at World with Metaplex is something really innovative, and we strongly believe that that's going to change the ecosystem of like the whole gaming ecosystem that we see. So just to I have a quick intro about your gaming experience. You said that you're also a great gamer, and even Alex is a very hardcore gamer as well. Like he's been playing games for 15 years. So, what is your perspective of Web3 gaming, and how do you think the digital assets is actually going to impact in this particular implementations? Like, what do you see as the future?
Well, when I started crypto, I was very bullish on the idea of a combination between crypto and gaming, because I literally started crypto right out of gaming. So I joined basically from being an esports player and playing games, video games for like 8 to 10 hours a day, straight into crypto, and I had all of these ideas around how crypto can make gaming better and more interesting to the public. The hard truth to it was that I spent the first 3 years in crypto trying to somehow integrate crypto into gaming, but the technology wasn't there yet, so it was too soon, so to speak. We weren't ready to have crypto plus gaming. The user experience was bad. It was expensive. It was practically non-existent. So the problem that we had back then, for me, got resolved when I first heard about Solana, and the practically the chain that is super scalable, super fast, super cheap. And that was the point where I was like, okay, maybe this is the gaming chain that we all need, and we can build on for games. But of course, there were other issues. Of course, the technology wasn't there yet. The one thing that I'm very bullish on currently is something that we pushed out more than half a year ago. It's almost now. It's going to be a year on during Mountain DAO last year, and it's core, and it's the newest NFT standard that we deployed. And due to us enabling core out of Metaplex, I think this is the perfect time for gaming to finally hit on chain and to be fully immersed. Like before, you had all of this middleware; it wasn't functioning really good. You had to go external sites, build some other backend, and then combine it. It wasn't really what you expected out of a game. And now you can do all of this stuff without having to build everything. So now I'm really bullish on it, and now I can't wait to see what all of you guys build, especially World. Since I saw a lot of stuff that you are going for, I'm really excited.
Yeah, actually, we have a very cool visual for you, which we'll show you shortly, which we haven't disclosed anyone. So this space we want to do it because
Let's
this
Yeah,
is
go.
brand
something
new.
really special. Yeah, brand new. Uh,
Ultra fresh, exclusive too.
so
Give it to
basically,
me.
even I was thinking the same thing, right? We could do something. When I started like 2.5 years ago on Solana, I've been trying to create infrastructure because, as you said, there is not much. Like we are trying to create this MPC wallets and everything ourselves, and like create we need to have our own metadata hosted in databases, and then the on-chain things, everything came into picture. But now the core has this amazing plugins, which is like mind blowing. To be honest, once I saw that is when I decided, okay, the tech is here, and Aura, which maybe you want to dive into later, and we also are dropping the cost by a lot, which will change, the whole perspective, right? Because the main blocker for me with respect to gaming is user doesn't want to spend too much on regular game actions. That's the fact. Like we have to accept that. It doesn't mean that like if they are earning money through playing the games or whatever it is, but they don't want to spend on every single basis. And I think Aura is going to be a game changer in that particular aspect as well. So yeah, so just to give context of how we are implementing Metaplex, basically is most of the games we see are revolving around the tokens, right? So your resource is a token. You do this, you get a token and all that. So but we don't want to do that because tokens has a different market, it has different liquidity, and the price actions that happen beyond the game will impact the game by multiple folds. So that's what we want to try to eliminate and keep the game economy as stable as possible. So what we decided is we use only NFTs, or like SFTs, semi fungible tokens, or non fungible tokens, basically inside the game. And so it's basically like you go gather some resources that will be stored offline, like in the databases. And then once you have certain amount of resources, let's say I collected about 1,000 iron, so you could basically put them in a container, and that is basically an NFT. So that NFT, we have marketplaces like Magic Eden, Tensor, and all these places, so people can freely trade wherever they want, and the game economy is not impacted by any external liquidity. So it was like, okay, we are getting the right design, and we are using the standard, so that we are giving all the facilities of Web3. So to this, we are adding one more interesting aspect. Like if a robot is being crafted, that is about, like, let's say $2. So there will be a fee of, like, 10%. Maybe I would say we take $0.2, and $1.8 we convert that into LST and back it to the asset. So as the user is playing the game, without subconsciously, like they are basically accumulating a lot of soul behind their assets. And even if there is no demand in the market, if no one is buying it, if they want to exit the game, they can burn the whole inventory they have, and they can basically get what they have invested. So that actually is like a very a new thing which we wanted to try, and that's what we are experimenting with Sanctum as well. So yeah, what do you think about these assets being like instead of tokens, using these assets and using that LSTs to back those assets to provide an intrinsic value inside the game. And the game developers also see a new stream of income which is not there before. That is the APY, right? Because we are putting the soul and we are getting APY that goes to the project. So the developers continuously generate revenue without extracting that from the users and keep it low cost for them to actually onboard more users. So that's the flywheel we are trying to achieve, like onboard as many people as possible into the game with very little investment and low risk. So yeah, I would like to hear your thoughts on that before we dive into the game, if you have something.
Yeah. Look, when on-chain gaming, let's call it on-chain gaming, first started, it was all about fungible tokens being deployed. First it was fungible tokens, then it was just NFTs, which then emitted some fungible tokens. The problem was the whole play to earn meta was designed very wrong. It was designed for a short-term hype cycle, which then inevitably ended up with a huge failure. And many of my colleagues, including me, tried to fix that by tweaking the tokenomics, trying to kind of devise a system where you didn't have such a strong sell pressure on a token that was in the game.
Right, right.
What we all ended up detecting is the fact that it's from if you go in that direction, it's unfixable, because
Yeah.
the human nature, the nature of a gamer, will always end up with him wanting to sell his tokens as soon as he earns them. And very soon in any game, you have a meta, then you have a top 2%, top 1% player who earns way more than the others. He just starts dumping. And there's nothing you can do to actually try and fix that. And then there's nothing you can do to incentivize new players who are coming in and seeing the token drop to actually do something and earn. And this is the vicious cycle that kept repeating with every game that tried to launch with tokens. What you just described is the perfect example of a possible long-term outlook for any game being on-chain fully with assets, with the creation of usage of NFTs and possibly tokens, depending on what you do with them. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm very much excited to see this work out when there's a lot of players coming in and using this.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Even I'm actually, we are all trying our best. Even for the user acquisition, what we want to do is basically, I'm traveling all over the Asia, so I'm actually going and meeting the local guilds. I'm going to talk to the people and explain how this thing actually works, so that they understand the tech behind it and appreciate it. And I think it's just because people lose a lot of money doing these things, thinking that okay, I'm going to make money out of it and put a lot of investment. That's what happened with Axie Infinity. Like the barrier to entry was like almost $700 to $800 per user, and they were getting $10 per month. And eventually, as it grew, the last user base who joined, they became the exit liquidity for all the people who joined before, which is unfortunate. But hopefully, we make that impact, and we do that on Solana, bringing more people. So yeah, pretty excited for that too. And yeah, so before we dive into the next question, maybe we can I have something really cool to ask about Aura as well, because the readability is very important for us. So before we dive in, let us maybe show the sneak peek of the gameplay, and yeah, let's hear what do you think
Yeah.
about the game. Yeah,
Let's
let's go
go.
now.
Let's go.
That's a small video about it. Yeah. So the whole game starts like this. The player every they enter the space of Aquatica, and they experience a crash, and every Astrokid gets an island, and on that island, that's the first time they are experiencing like the nature. So they go in there, and the robot dog gets damaged, and then you find these monoliths which are energy sources. You activate them, use that power source to build your own base, and then grow your army and also your inventory. It's a RTS game mode what we are building. So we thought that this is something we can actually take it to as many people as possible. So what do you think?
Uh, I like the feel of it. As a gamer, I think the first thing that we all need to see and experience when we first see a game is that feeling of this looks cool. I want to play this. I want to try this out. Sometimes I feel like in crypto, a lot of these game designers forgot that a game has to be fun. It has to be good looking. It has to be immersive, and it has to speak to me. And a lot of games weren't built like that. They were built for just like economy or whatever.
Right.
This clip it makes me want to try it out, and I think that's literally what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the design. I like how you enter the game. What you just said, you get your own island. You start like you still as a newbie, as someone who never played actually some intensive game. You can start on your own pace. You can fill it out, sort of get into it. So that's a good idea. I think that's going to be good for old new players, whoever. But I like the feel of it. I like how it looks and how it feels when you walk around. So yeah,
Ah.
excited to try it out whenever I can.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that's going to happen very soon. Like we are going to launch within the Q3 before we go for the DG. Before we'll ship our product before we do anything else with respect to tokens or whatever it is. So yeah, uh, yeah. Once we have the game out, I'll definitely share. So here, what we are trying to achieve is basically whatever the data points you see that we are collecting the resources and everything. So the robot what you see is an NFT, and the EVA what is traveling with the player is also basically an NFT inside the game, which can be upgradable. So we were actually earlier getting this information from we used to have a separate RPC node, and then using that RPC we call that data, and sometimes the indexes doesn't index all that information, so you don't get the right info, and we were having that issue, which would actually kill the experience, right? So we put a lot of effort in designing the game, but if the game doesn't function the way it should function because of the technical difficulties, that is a complete bummer for a gamer, because they want that smooth experience. If even if the FPS is dropping, they hate it. So we need to give that
Yes.
as much as possible. So yeah, this is where I wanted to ask more about Aura, because even Aura, I have went through the documentation. I have been talking to you guys, understanding this more. So, but even as a developer, I would like to understand more about how we can improve this experience using Aura, and when are we getting started, and how is that. I'm gonna gonna change this ecosystem. Yeah, I would love to hear those thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, look, Aura is one of those products that we built because we wanted to do something for the ecosystem that we feel is necessary, and it doesn't really get talked about a lot. So, for instance, um, so today, if you need an RPC, you're gonna go to one of several companies that have RPC services. You're gonna pay, and you're gonna get that service. One big issue is as a blockchain environment, we should have a decentralized environment, even for RPCs, for everything. When you think about it, the one thing that we wanted to give to the possibility of is having an option of using a decentralized RPC service, or so to speak, we wanted to decentralize the read layer of Solana so that you still have something on the decentralized side, even though you're going to use some of these private companies that do RPC services. It's a matter of redundancies. It's a matter of security, because if something were to happen to all of these companies, for instance, just one of them who is big enough,
Hmm.
a lot of the apps on the chain wouldn't work. And
Right.
explaining that to a blockchain enthusiast or to someone that is really an evangelistic person when it comes to blockchain is almost impossible, because
Yeah.
you have to explain to them that you're still decentralized even though there's a private company that does something that's
Yeah.
vital to the functionality of every app, or some of them. So the Aura, the idea behind Aura was giving something the option of decentralizing that read layer, while at the same level we still can make a business model for the RPCs where they can still earn some money, because to
Hmm.
this day RPCs basically kept losing money on compression because that they don't have a business model
Yeah.
currently set up that makes sense for them. So
Hmm.
this was an attempt to have something where everyone that's participating in the ecosystem can still earn, still secure the system, and we all get a decentralized option on something that is vital. That's
Right.
like the ethos of why Aura was built. The most important thing here is we are currently at, I would say, 99% readiness to fully
Let's
ship it.
go.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Let's go.
Um, of course, as any product, we're trying to test it out properly so that nothing breaks if we just open it up for everyone. But currently, there is an open beta process where you also probably got to
Yeah.
test something. So yeah, I think we're almost ready to deploy it. There's just some minor tweaks and testing to do, and yeah, I hope in let's say a week or two we can get you some more info on that.
Oh wow, that's a really good news. That's really close, right? We are getting there, almost there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know how
nice.
it is when you build a product. You have to test it out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm actually very much excited to try this because the batch minting feature is like amazing. Like when it comes to game assets, instead of like minting every asset once, we can
Of-
actually batch them and reduce the costs. So my
yeah,
perspective is always that, right? Reduce the cost and increase the performance. That's what I wanted for the game to work properly.
yeah.
And
Literally,
yeah,
building a game revolves around minimizing your costs so the experience for the player can be as best as possible. And for
yeah.
you to have a long-term viability, like how are you going to function for the next few years if you don't have a cost efficiency factor?
100%, 100%, yes. Yeah, and now this aura is like basically a centralized thing where we are using core assets for astro profiles. I know we discussed about this like 5 months ago, but we haven't launched it yet because we were waiting for the right moment, because we use astro profiles to basically onboard the users, and whoever holds that astro profile, they basically have chance to, like, that's the license. So we are eliminating the whole license key whatever the stores and everyone uses. So you get an astro profile that gives you direct access into our world ecosystem. You could play all our games, you could get discounts on comics, you get early access, and they can test everything. So we are using one more way of using the Metaplex is basically like that's a core asset, and if someone mints that, we connect that with an email ID, and they can just use that email ID to log in into the game, or like to log in into the mobile device, and all the data is basically getting synced and uploaded to the core asset itself. So the asset itself is acting as a database for us. So that's a decentralized DB, and that's eliminating a lot of infrastructure, which is making us create a more centralized server but using decentralized networks. So yeah, we have been like brainstorming a bit on that and working much more, and hopefully next we are aiming to launch this astro profiles next month, and start onboarding users, because we are also having the gameplay coming up, and yeah, we'll hopefully make that live soon. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do it. Come on,
Yes, sir.
bullish.
So in before we dive into one last final question, any other questions you have, Alex, as a gamer, as like seasoned gamer? What do you expect out of Web3 games? And any questions you have for not just Metablex, anything else regarding the gaming, you can please
Right. So
start the
yeah,
conversation.
gaming is like we were saying, it's all about fun, right? People get into gaming to have fun, and the more barriers we break down to the entrance. So the idea of the astral profile, where you get it, you just waltz right in, you have access to everything, you pay once, and you're good to go. That's something that could be very popular, even for others to bring their products to us to publish in a way. This could be an idea to for the future. Did you consider anything like that, opening our infrastructure to others to publish with us, for example, using our structure?
Oh, you're asking me. I was asking you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting question. No, basically, actually, this is something I want to touch base on. So maybe I'll just connect this with the question I have. So we are planning something really unique for our game. So we keep our, as you have seen in the game, the colors and everything were mostly simplistic, and also gives that futuristic feeling, but not very highly detailed. So the main reason behind this is we want to stay lean. We want to keep our team as small as possible, and we don't want to expand. So most of the Web2 companies or any gaming companies, what they do is they design skins, they design assets and everything, and upload to their game so people can buy it, and they take all the money. So what we are thinking is Drip is basically powered by Metaplex itself, right? The compressed NFTs. So what we are thinking, the artists over Drip, they can basically design the skins, and if someone collects that collectible, that skin will be directly applied inside our game. So that is something what we want to try and create a creator economy. So 90% of the cost of that skin goes to the creator, and we take 10%, and eventually bring all the artists, all the 3D designers going forward into our own ecosystem, and like grow together hand in hand, and all this powered by again Metaplex. That is the reason why I love Metaplex so much. The whole world is based on that. And yeah, what are your thoughts on this? How do you think this could evolve? Yeah, just hypothesis or theory. What do you any things, something you see that is wrong in this, or any pitfalls you are seeing with this particular implementation?
Hmm. Um, that's a complex question, actually, when you think about it a bit more thoroughly. Um, I actually think there's always potential pitfalls. There's always potential risks, but generally, I think that's very blockchain native. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, I think that's something that I detected first when I heard about blockchain. My
Mm.
first afterthought was, oh, wait, can it be possible that now I can have a character built in one game and then transfer it to another?
Mm.
Uh, I mean, that's very hard or almost impossible to fully execute in a long-term vision. But maybe someone could do it. Like, for instance, you have an Astro world ecosystem where you have different games. You could have I don't know, FPS games and MOBA games, but you could have the same character that you build in one and the other represent you in all of them. So
Yeah.
from this way of thinking, I could see uh, I could see that working out. It's just a matter
Mhm.
of me just not being sure how that fully works at the end of the day. But considering how AI is really helping in intersecting and building faster and more efficient, uh, some of the developers are actually executing way faster than it was ever done before. So I don't know. I'm actually quite excited to see that happen. I'm just not sure how some
Uh,
of these things play out. But
there's a
what you
good
just
news.
described is, yeah.
Yeah, there is a good news for you. We cracked it, maybe I would say. So we are making a game live on in March. So after the Astro Profiles is done, so that's going to be inside the spaceship where users can go collect the resources from the asteroids that they mine, and they basically store them. We have container for each and every astro kit. They can just put all the resources they gathered in the container, and eventually after three more months of development. When we launch this main game, that container will be dropped into this game. So that is basically one big one NFT that is linking multiple NFTs. So and all these things are connected through Astro Profiles. So profiles are managing these assets, and these assets are basically transferred, can be used in any game in the whole world ecosystem. So yeah, I think we will be the first one to do that. So
Oof.
yeah, hopefully.
There's so much economy being built there at that point, you know. I
Yeah,
don't know. Probably Alex remembers this, but the first time skins appeared. Do you remember the Counter Strike Go skin craze when it all
Yeah.
started? Uh,
Yeah, it's
I
still one of the
still
greatest
remember when I
businesses.
yeah, it's insane how big of a business that turned into. Then it was Dota 2 with all of those skins, big economy building in the background, but there's only one company controlling everything, and you can't really sell your assets. You have all of these skins, you can buy them, but then when you try to sell them on the marketplace, you're basically stuck there. And like NFTs are bringing so much possibility to that economy, to broaden it, to make it possible everywhere and for anyone. It's insane. Like the economy part of gaming is going to blow up when this all is fully in efficiency.
Yeah. Yeah, let's think about it this way. NFT is a picture. You can download a picture that is an NFT. If you think about it, that's how it started. You do the skins is a flat picture that then is applied to a model. If you have a default model, you can bring this picture, this texture to
any
anywhere. Like
model. Yeah, exactly.
anyone that's using a default Unreal model can apply that NFT picture to any game because it just needs the technology to pull the picture and apply the texture on the
Yeah,
model that's a preset. So that's a good place to start. And already you have people that are doing transforming 2D objects into then 3D, and that can be applied as well in certain characteristics. So that the technology is starting to appear that you can literally go to any game and bring your skin along with your NFT as long as they're using standard.
standard
It's just
assets.
developing standard assets. This idea of using standard assets that yeah even like with you can have fields on NFTs that tell okay so we are using this model and it downloads the model and applies the skin because the game is reading the characteristics and they don't even need to have default models anymore. They can download
Exactly.
the model, they know what the model that the NFT is referring to and that's available online, and then they're applying that skin that you bought somewhere or that texture that you bought, they're applying to that 3D model that's easily available online for any game to download. So it really is starting to go that way where yeah you will have assets that will go with you everywhere in terms of especially in textures and skins
Yeah,
and I think a big business will be creating these default models that everyone can use or at least have a database. Why not if you're playing a game with spaceships, why not have a database of all the spaceships of all the games? Now I can go to your game with the spaceship I bought in that game
mm.
with that NFT because
Literally
it's
that.
online. You download it.
Yeah,
Like,
But
yeah.
let's go.
you will
It's
actually
all
already.
possible.
I think already Metaplex supports that. We could basically add all the type of files you want into the metadata, and then basically, I think we can reference that, right? I remember someone sharing me, Tony, I guess, he shared me loading models directly into a VR game that is connected to the a core asset. So that was like that was so unique. It was a GitHub repository. I played with it for some time, and definitely, yeah, that is a possibility, Alex. We are almost there. We are almost there. I think this year, a lot of things are going to happen with respect to innovations in like interoperability and all the assets for sure. Yeah, excited.
So exciting.
Same, same. Yep.
Yes, sir. So
So
that's yeah, yeah, please.
so I just wanted to touch here on something before we continue. We have a couple of things we need to talk about. So first is we have a quest on our Zeoli that is to insert a password that we're gonna deliver here. So everyone, if you're listening, if you want to complete the quest, the password is World Soul. Enter World Soul on the quest in Zeoli to gain 50 XP and climb that leaderboard. And another thing. is the giveaway. As always, we have a giveaway for a whitelist. Uh, Everyone watching the stream, you can comment, like, retweet, and also use hashtag Astrocast, tag the world, tag Metaplex. If you do this, you will be in for to win then a whitelist, and we'll draw from the winners. So yeah, good luck, everyone.
Thank you for that. So actually, just touching base on this one, this is I would say, your personal opinion on this. We have seen a lot of rugs happening in this NFT space, right? So I just want to touch base for the viewers who are seeing for the first time. Oh, we got 288 people watching. That's cool. Astrocast is going. Yeah. So basically, we partnered with Sanctum, and we launched our creator coin that is LST called World Soul. So basically, World Soul is basically a liquid staking token where the creators gets the APY. That means, if any indie creator wants to build a project, they can basically ask other people to support, and it's just LST, right? So you can withdraw it whenever they want. So what Lilipad they have created a product where you can back these LSTs to an NFT, so that the a buyer has literally no what do we call it it's risk free. There is no risk, because they can get that NFT, join the community, see how the things are going, and if they like the community, they stick with them. If they don't like it, they can always burn the NFT and get the money back. So with this concept, we are launching Astrokit collection. We have been holding it for a long time, and yeah, February 4th we have the mint coming up. And for everyone who is watching, if you are a part of any good communities, we are already rolling out lists. And if you have any thoughts on this, Shako, you can let us know. It's just basically like, let's build a free ecosystem. That's all what we are saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my first sort of information about you guys. That literally that, like that it was locked value in an NFT, and if you don't like it, you just get it back. And my first idea was, okay, but how is that gonna make them money and have them the
Yeah.
funds to actually build it? And then I started researching. I talked to you some more, read all of the documentation, and then I was like, oh, this is great, actually. Like this is like, for instance, oh, you want to buy and play a game? Cool, do it. Whenever you don't like it,
Yeah,
we'll give you your money
exactly.
back. We don't care. It's all good. You just come and try it first. If you like it, then stay.
Yeah.
If you don't, you can go. And this is something I love. I really love that
Yeah,
concept.
thank you so
That's
much.
that's really cool.
Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for joining, and this has been incredible. Because so many people don't know what's happening behind this, tech, or how things are being built on top of it, especially in gaming. And you won't believe me when I shared this with my friends. They are like so excited, like other founders. They also wanted to tune into this space, and I hope it has been informative. And if you have any questions, please drop down. If not, thank you so much for your time, and I would love to do it as we progress more. Maybe with everything integrated, we can show how everything works. Maybe in a few months, when things go back. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, guys. It was a pleasure, and
Thank
yeah,
you.
see you
Thank you
soon.
so much. See you soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
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 Okay. Uh, all right, guys. As I said, the mint is approaching very, very close, and to be honest, you won't believe how the community is being so receptive of this. When we said this, we are doing LST backed NFTs, so that gives a sense of security for the people to join. Right. So amazing communities are already collaborating with us, and we are rolling out whitelists as well. And hopefully, if you are interested, and if you did not get a chance, you can just come into our Discord, and you can maybe raise a ticket, and we can also talk about that. We also have multiple phases, one for the partner communities, and then we go for the public mint. So hopefully see you on the mint date. That's 4th, and tomorrow we have a space with Magic Eden, where we'll be discussing more about how the supply and how the tech behind this particular NFT is. So it's going to be more of how what is Astrokits and how LSD backed NFTs are going to change the future of like Solana and the gaming ecosystem, and so overall NFT ecosystem, right? Because NFT ecosystem is pretty much dead because there are so many rugs that destroyed this, and this is something that could change it and bring NFTs back, and we take the pleasure to be a part of it. And one of the I think after Pathfinders, the Launchpads collection, we are the second launch. That's first, and we also have a very unique feature called dynamic value accumulation, which we got implemented for this. So as NFTs trade in the secondary market, almost like 5% of the royalties that is generated, like we put back 33% of the whole value back into the NFTs, increasing the floor price over a period of time, bringing value to the people who hold. So yeah, see you on the mint, and hopefully let's work together on this one. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good. Bye for now.
Bye
Catch
for
you
now.
all soon.
See ya. See you all tomorrow.
Yeah. Play us out,
Yeah, we
Zazen.
rise from the void. Builders of the fall, make some noise. This is power, this is truth, this is fire. We're the spark that'll light your empire. We're the grinders, the makers, the dream machine. Chasing visions through the Web3 stream. Break the mold, let the fire ignite. We're building in public, no fear, no fright. Amid the rugs and the fakes we shine. Grinding through space, coding in time. The fold is ours, yeah, we're claiming the game. Astric is rising, remember the name. It's the future we write, it's a world we design. The fold is calling and the stars will align. The fold is ours, we're breaking the chains. Riding the storms, we're embracing the game. From the depths of Aquatica to galaxies wide, the Astro Kids conquer, the fold's on the rise. Yo, solo explorers building the base. From an island of dreams to the vastest space. Transforming the grind into indie gold. Bear the torch, we're breaking the old. This ain't just a game, it's a movement away from the sea to the stars. It's the future we pave. A limited run, but the fire's alive. Exclusive mint, watch the legends arrive. Builders of the bear, we're taking it there. From nothing to something, to the cosmos we tear. Through the void, through the dark, we declare. Yo, step up, step in, feel the beat drop. Indie revolution, and we won't stop. From collectors to coders, we're setting the bar. Rising like rockets, we're aiming for stars. The fold is ours. We're breaking the chains. Riding the storms, we're embracing the game. From the depths of Aquatica to galaxies wide, the Astric is conquer, the fold's on the rise. Yeah, we're carving the path, and it's burning bright. Indies, take note, this is your fight. The fold is calling, and we're answering loud. Heads high, fists raised, we're making you proud. Yeah, we're carving the path, and it's burning bright. Indies, take note, this is your fight. The fold is calling.